Here's a sneaky Python trap. Two functions for the same task behave oppositely on empty lists. One returns safely, the other crashes your program. Imports the heapq module to enable usage of its heap-based priority queue operations, such as nlargest for efficient top-k selection. Initializes an empty list named data to serve as the test dataset for evaluating how max and largest behave on no elements. Outputs a descriptive label to the console indicating that the next section will demonstrate behavior of Python's built-in max function. Enters a try-except exception handling structure to intercept errors that may occur when calling max on an empty sequence. Invokes Python's built-in max function on the previously defined data variable, which contains no elements and thus triggers a value error. Catches the specific value error raised by max when operating on an empty sequence, allowing controlled error handling. Formats and prints a user-friendly description of the caught value error, including its original message, confirming that max failed on empty input. Outputs a new section label to the console indicating that the upcoming code will demonstrate heapq.nlargest behavior on an empty iterable. Invokes heapq.nlargest specifying k equal to 1 and passing data as the iterable, which safely returns an empty list when the input is empty. Displays the contents of the previously computed result variable, revealing that nlargest produced an empty list for the empty input. Prints a heading that frames the subsequent lines as demonstrating defensive programming techniques using conditional logic with heapq.nlargest. Conditionally applies heapq.nlargest with k equal to 3 using a hard-coded sample list if data is empty, otherwise falls back to applying nlargest to data itself, though in this case the condition evaluates true because data is empty. Reports the result of the earlier conditional expression, emphasizing that even though the original dataset was empty, a fallback sample enabled safe top-k extraction. Applies an alternative conditional structure that applies nlargest on the hard-coded list when data is empty and on data itself otherwise, mirroring the previous logic but expressed with not data instead of data. Outputs the value of top_safe, confirming that the defensive pattern yields a meaningful top-k selection despite an empty primary dataset. Always prefer heapq.nlargest for top-k when inputs might be empty. It never crashes. Subscribe for daily coding videos.